Hello and welcome to the channel. I hope that you're all well. And today we're going to tie a gasolina, a Perdigón Gasolina, but with a tungsten thorax. If you've ever been concerned about whether a bigger bead looks a little unstreamlined on your fly, then this may be the solution for you. Right, the materials are very simple. Some black tying thread and some 233 pearl scudback. Now I should just mention that if any of you are using scudback, you are far better off taking off just one strand for perdigons rather than tying with the complete scudback. This leaves quite an uneven surface and is difficult to coat. So that's just a personal view. If you want to carry on using scudback in its entirety, that's fine too. This is a tungsten thorax and it's a 2mm as I mentioned, and it needs to go onto the hook. Now I'm going to put some glue on the hook and hopefully we can get this settled without too much problem. It can be a bit difficult at times. You sit it on top of the fly and hopefully that's where it stays, like so. Now when you tie on your tying thread, you tie behind the thorax and then wind on the thread onto the thorax to hold it in place. And trim off the excess thread. Now I'm just going to bind this on just a little bit more to make sure that it's secure. Right, now I'm going to use a medium Pardo feather of Coq de Lion for the tail. So I'll just take off a few fibres. And tie them in. You don't want a tail that is too long, so I'll just pull that to length. Like so, and bind it down and trim off the excess fibres. Now I'm just going to try and level up this area at the back, tie down the butts and try and make it a little more even in height along with the thorax. It just hopefully ends up with a smoother, streamlined body. Right, now I've taken off a piece of 233. I'm going to tie that in. And trim up the excess. Going to put a little bit of glue on the top there to hold everything in place. Right, now I've said on previous occasions about ensuring that you have the right side outwards showing the green and not the greeny brown. So let's get on with the tying. Just take your time and wind up the tinsel exactly the same as you would with an ordinary perdigon, but in this instance it might take a little bit longer. You've got a bit more ground to cover. Try and get the wraps as close together as possible. Just a bit of extra covering there at the bottom. And tie off the 233. And trim up the tinsel. Right, I'm just going to create a bit of a collar with wraps and tying off. And trim up the thread. Right, I'm going to give this a coat of thin UV varnish. And give it a zap. And give it another coat. Yeah, and give it a final zap. And there is your finished Perdigón with the tungsten thorax. Now, I have said on many occasions that I like my Perdigons on a thinner side, but there are occasions when you want to get the fly down quicker and with a little extra weight. And this is one of those possibilities, and I think it's worthy of your fly box. I hope you enjoyed the tying. Do, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the bell and consider being a subscriber. Give it a like, and by all means pass a comment if you so wish. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for viewing. Bye.